Okay, so I'm gonna give you try to be brief on Pro Tools, some stuff that it's important to know.
Yes.
So here we have 87 tracks,
Okay.
last one. This is already your template.
Okay.
Of course, if we go here, the inputs are not right because you see I have a lot of blank here because my interface only have 16
Uh,
inputs.
yeah.
So the interface that I'm using is not the same as you are going to use, but Denton will be able to set up
Okay.
uh, the the way it's supposed to be. I already set up everything for you, like all the inputs and the right ones. So
Uh-huh.
it should be fine because you guys are gonna be using the same interface that we
Yeah.
use at the church.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not gonna showing. It's not showing because it's a different.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to switch between the screens, this is the edit window
Uh-huh.
and this is the mix window. It's
Yeah.
command equal,
Oh, okay. Let me
command
grab a
plus.
pen real quick. Let me grab it. So it's command equal to switch to this page right here.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you keep pressing, it's gonna keep going back and forth.
Okay.
Okay, let's start on this one. You are not gonna use this one much, this,
Yes. Yeah.
because when you are streaming, you have the faders in front of you.
Yeah.
But let's start here because here is where you are going to record. So to zoom in and out
Mm-hmm.
is R to zoom out and T to zoom in.
Okay.
R and T. For that to work,
Okay.
this little AZ button here
Yeah.
needs to be on. If I turn off, I'm pressing right now and it's not working.
Okay.
So that means that the keyboard, the keyboard focus, it's on this section.
Okay.
And that's how I work 100% of the time. I never change this.
Okay.
It works for me. Um, so zoom in, zoom out. If you want to change the height,
Mm-hmm.
then on each track you can come. Let's say let's get the snare sample here. If I right click, then I have all of these sizes.
Okay.
So let's say medium. Then it changes the height. If you want to apply for every track, and that works for any command, right?
Uh-huh.
Is option. If you hold option and you click here and put small, so now all of the tracks are small. Applies to everybody.
Okay. So you don't have to select anything, any track. You just select one of
No.
them and then option
Yeah,
and then
if you want to apply for all of them,
yeah.
you just press option.
Okay.
Hold option and then right. Are you running Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Okay. What else? Let's say, let me think something that it would work. Let's say you want to change the output for 2 tracks, right?
Okay. Yeah.
For these 4 tracks here, all the MCs.
Yes.
Right now they are going to Pastor,
Yes.
Pastor output, which is the input of this folder. So it goes
Okay.
from here to this one. So if you bring this volume down, you
You
have
bring
no
all of
Pastor.
them. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
they'll
like a
bring all the MCs and lapel.
yeah, 3
Okay.
MCs and the lapel. I call Pastor because it's the pastors usually talk
Okay.
on MCs and stuff.
So all those like the 73, 74 through 76 are inside the pasta group.
Yeah, you see that they are kind of
A
towards
little
the
bit.
right.
Yeah.
That means they are inside of this folder.
Okay.
If I click and put to the left, yeah, I need to put there under. Then it's gonna come out of the. Now it's off, even though the routing is still going there. If I close the folder, the MC still shows there because it's not inside of that folder. Now I can just put it back.
Yeah.
And then if I close, I don't have MCs anymore.
And so my question there is, if I want to adjust individual MC, can I can do Command equal and go to that page and just adjust it, right? Like
you mean the volume?
Okay, yeah.
You mean the volume?
Yes, the volume, yes.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh yeah, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah, so you have all the volumes independently.
Awesome.
They are all down because
this one. Yeah. So
the gray one.
Which one?
That's the one you touched before. So that's like a master control.
Yeah, master for all of this. Yes.
To control all of them. So that needs to be up in order to.
Yeah.
Individually.
Yeah, it's kind of a DCA on a board.
Okay.
It's not exactly a DCA, but let's say it was a group. It goes. You have a mix group, and it go like a in-ear. You have an in-ear group, mix group for the drummer. If you bring the group down, the drummer doesn't hear anything. It doesn't matter if these are all going to him, but if you bring down, it's kind of a register.
Okay.
For all the pipes, kind of. I don't know. I have weird comparisons. Sorry.
No, I understand that one.
Okay. So I was talking about the alt, right? The option key.
Yes.
So if you want to change, let's say you want to change all of these, and it could be something else, but let's say, or if you want to send to a reverb.
Okay.
On here.
Yeah.
Right. Let me go to the other view. So here you have inserts, which it's plugins. Inserts F to J. You can also put plugins, and when you have this little arrow, that means it's a send. This is probably where you are going to, if you want to send the same signal to another channel or to another auxiliary track or to a reverb. In this case, usually we use for reverbs, see, delay, hall, VOX Verb. We will get there.
So those are like buses? Is that what it is? Like they send?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you want to send, instead of going one by one and add, if you hold Option and Shift, it's gonna apply to all the selected tracks.
Okay.
So if I put here track and I want to send to room, you have a few options here. You can send to an output, you can send to a bus, or you can go straight and send to the track, a specific track. That's the easiest way.
Okay.
So I go and I send to room, which is, I know that is my room reverb.
Yes.
With the Option and Shift select, if I hold those two keys, then applies to all of them.
Okay.
To all four of them, because I'm holding those two keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my question here is, so since we already have pastor channel that control MC1, MC2 through to lapel, can I just like add, let's say if I add like a reverb to pastors and it will send to all the MCs? Will that
no. You can only if you want to send to all of them.
Yeah.
That's the two keys that it's gonna make your workflow easier.
Okay.
Or you can do one by one. Then you don't need to hold anything. You just come here, track, and you go to the same room, and it's gonna apply just for that specific one that you want.
Yeah. Could you repeat?
And then if you press Option and you drag, you copy.
Okay. Yeah.
So there are several ways to
do it,
to be faster, like
Yeah.
doing stuff.
Okay.
I don't know why I went to that rabbit hole.
No, that's good. Could you repeat the the steps to adding again? You went to
Yes,
that
you go to
specific track.
Sans.
Yes. And
It could
then
be here on
uh-huh.
Sans,
Mhm.
or so on this view, you only have inserts A to E and inserts F to J.
Yeah.
If you want to add more stuff here,
Yeah.
then you come here, see? And I can add Sans A to E. Now
Oh
we're
yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do the same thing for the same MC1.
Output.
You click here, it's gonna ask you what you want to do, and then you go track,
Track.
and then room, and now it's going,
Mm-hmm.
it's routed to that room reverb. Let's change. Let me put on the headset so we can play, and you are gonna hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let me solo.
He's a brilliant man.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no reverb.
Yeah.
Wait. Something is not right. Why is the pad playing?
Is he coming from
That's
keys?
okay. That's right.
He's a brilliant man. He's tall and handsome.
Okay, so
He's a brilliant man. He's tall and handsome, but he is.
so here is where you are gonna dose how much you want of the reverb. It's gonna
Okay.
whenever you, I don't know how the settings of your session are. Probably it's the same.
Uh-huh.
But then you just you add as much as you want. So if we solo,
He's a brilliant man. He's tall and handsome, but he is a business genius, and he's
no reverb.
so graciously said he would.
Got it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that would work for any kind of send.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where you want to send. I'm gonna show something different that you can do with sends that is on this session.
Okay.
But right now I'm trying to explain how Pro Tools works
Yeah. And
before we
so
go into the session.
okay. So this is not the template that you made for us.
Yes,
It's
it is.
Okay, it is. Okay. But we won't
We
have
have-
those tracks and stuff. Those are just for example for teaching right now.
What do you mean?
So I see I Thank God and then Battle Belong.
Oh yeah, no, I send with these files so we
Yeah.
can listen, we can
Oh
hear
yeah, yeah.
something, so you guys see what the session is actually doing.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that whenever you guys record on top of these, like
Uh-huh.
you bring. So depending on the source,
Yes.
you may have to do some changes. So I'm not
Okay.
able to actually mix before because I don't have your own files.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, for example, the pastor's voice, our
Mhm.
pastor has a voice. So all that is doing here is, oh, by the way, I don't have some plugins, I think, because I'm doing on my own computer, but that's okay. Some of the stuff that I'm doing is for
Mhm.
his voice, like for example, the EQ here.
Yeah.
For him.
Specific voice, yeah.
So your pastor may have a different voice, and you may have to adjust. And it would be the same for the electric guitars, for the bass, for the drums, because
Yeah.
every instrument will have a different sound, a different microphone, and that can require a different threshold on the compressor and a different EQ.
Yes.
But it's a amazing starting point.
Okay.
You may have to tweak some stuff. Maybe yes, maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what we needed as we're learning. We just needed something that we can start off with that's gonna work as we keep learning.
Yeah, what I would say, if you guys want to work, want to learn, I
Mhm.
would say, if you can bring me there like for a weekend, for like maybe a couple of days, and I
Yeah.
can teach you guys how to mix, how to use a compressor, how to use, and kind of give a master class of mixing. There's
Yeah.
nothing to do with the streaming or front of house. It's gonna apply for anything.
Uh-huh.
But that's something that we could do if you want to do that. Or there's a lot of resources online also.
Yeah, I'll
It
let you
takes
know.
more time though.
Yeah.
Benny,
Yeah.
can you open the media room for me? I need to
Yes.
get the box, the cable boxes in there.
Can I just give you the key?
Yeah.
Okay, so I already showed you what this does.
Yes.
So if you want to see the sends also from here,
Mhm.
then it's already there. If you want to add anything else, like you don't want the oh, this one doesn't show. Let's say you don't want the color, then if you
Uh-huh.
uncheck, then everything is gonna be black, which I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Commands, you don't need commands. Mic preamps, instrument, you don't need that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, comments, it's sometimes if you wanna have notes like gated reverb,
Yeah.
use only for snare top, for example. Then you can leave it there. It's up to you. I don't like to use it.
Okay.
So in order to take something out of here, you hold Option and you just click on top, and it goes away. It will be the same for the sends. Just click and goes away. That's an easy way to get rid of something instead of having to go here and what is that actually? Is this one? No. Is this one? No. You just come, Option, click, and it bam.
Oh yeah.
The same with these guys. Tempo,
Yeah.
key, click here. I don't need that. I don't need the tempo either. I don't need samples. I don't need time code. Minutes and seconds and bars and beat. That's what I need, and the markers.
Okay.
So it gives you more real estate on your screen. You can
Okay.
see more things. On the left side, we have two spaces here, which you can collapse. Collapse, is that the right word?
Yeah.
And bring back. So the top one here are all the tracks. You see that they are all selected
Yeah.
because all of the tracks here in the session are selected. You can't click to deselect or unselect. You need to press Command.
Mhm.
Then it's gonna deselect, unselect,
Unselect.
unselect, and then you click again. Then you select just that one. That way you unselect all the other ones. That has been the easiest way for me to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can select whatever. So now you can see all of the tracks. The ones that have darker gray little ball here, that means they are hidden. You can't see them.
Oh.
They are not showing here. So if you click there, they came back. So that is the drum pad channel. I just left it here in order to show if
Yeah.
you want to. So if I right click, hide, and then it goes away. And actually I can delete that track because we are not gonna need that one. Oh, something
the
really
drum
important.
pad? Yeah.
Yeah, I have here SPD left and
Oh,
right.
it's okay. We're okay.
Yeah. Something really important.
Mhm.
Because because Pro Tools, you cannot put an input which starts with the even and odd number. It needs to be odd even.
Oh,
So
really?
if I wanted to have a stereo track, because we could have a stereo track instead of two tracks, right?
Yeah.
But Pro Tools doesn't accept. So because it starts, the input is 10 and 11, it needs to be two mono tracks. That's a pain,
Oh.
but that's the way it works. So you can see here that on the piano,
Mhm.
it's a stereo track, and I have input 19 and 20 because odd, even.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's I'm trying to compare to how like Logic is totally different. So
Yeah, I think Logic, it doesn't matter. You can have
yeah.
you can, yeah, I think you can. I don't remember. But it's what you can, if you want to use as a stereo pair,
Uh-huh.
then you already has a group. In this case, you only have these 2 tracks, and
Yeah.
then you can put all your processing on the group
Mm-hmm.
and leave the volume here always 0 unity, and then work with this volume instead,
Uh-huh.
because they are coming here, and from here they are going to another bus. Okay, the bottom section is groups.
Okay.
If I select all,
Mhm.
everything I do to one track is going to apply to all tracks.
Oh wow.
If I cut, B to cut applies to all of them. And if you change the volume, changes for everybody.
Oh really?
So
Wow.
be careful.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So, and then we don't have, see, now everybody is selected again.
Yeah.
So command, click in one of them, any of them, and then you click back.
Okay, so yeah, command. You gotta use command. It's like command
And
connects a lot of stuff on this DAW.
Huh?
Looks like command connects to a lot of stuff on Pro Tools.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because we are using a lot of shortcuts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something else that is super cool about Pro Tools, I don't think Logic has that, is if you click on the volume and you hold command, then
Yeah.
it goes super slow. You see? You can see all the numbers one by one.
Yeah.
So
It
it
doesn't-
goes,
Yeah.
it's like a precision mode. If I
Yeah.
do not hold, then I can move freely. But if I hold command,
Uh-huh.
then you can fine tune
Wow.
minus 1.
Get the whole command.
Yeah.
And if you press option and you click, it goes to unity.
Oh really? That's
So
cool.
that's why all of my buses,
Yeah.
I leave on 0 on unity,
Mhm.
because if something goes wrong and I need the volume super quick, I just option and I click and it goes back to the volume that it should be
Okay.
on the bus. So because some people, they work different, they put all the volumes this way and they work with the bus as
Yeah.
mixing only on the bus.
Mhm.
I don't like to do that, so I rather mix 80 tracks instead of mixing the 10 buses, because it's a safe net for me volume wise.
Makes
Make
sense.
sense?
Yes.
Okay. So we need a drum group. Okay. So I'm gonna show you how to create a group. I'm gonna put only the actual drum,
Okay.
only the drum channels, not reverb, not anything else.
So you just gotta select the drum.
Only the actual kit, the microphone that is coming from the kit.
Okay.
So we have kick in,
What's
kick
the
out.
VC?
Huh?
What's the VC on channel 22?
VCA? Yeah, I will get there.
Okay.
VCA is like a DCA, but it's only for volume.
Okay.
If I change, it's not active because we don't have groups.
Okay.
Okay, so we have all of the drums, correct? So command G as in group, obvious. Then you open the group window. So we are gonna name these drums. And we are saying follow the globals. What that means, it's gonna affect all the volume, mute.
Yeah.
Pan, it's independent, and record, enable, it's also independent. You can add this to the mix and press OK. Now if I press record in any of the tracks,
Yeah, it will record
records
just those.
all of the drums.
Okay. And I don't know if you're gonna talk about this later. If you are, we can wait. But I was gonna ask you how to record like a session live.
Yeah, we will get there.
Okay.
So you see, now I record one, and all of them record. If I turn off the group, it's just clicking on top of the blue line.
Mm-hmm.
Then it records just that one. Got it?
Yes.
But also, if you change the volume, it changes for all of them, which it's what you want usually. What you have to do to fine tune your mix is you hold control in this case. Then it bypasses the volume for that channel.
Yeah.
So if I only, even with the group on,
Mm-hmm.
you press control and then you can move just that guy, the one you want. You hold command and you change whatever you want. So that way you don't need to keep like turning off, change, turn on again, change.
Yeah.
And if you don't ever want to have the volume being controlled together
Mm-hmm.
for the drums, then you can come here, modify, and then you take, then you need to uncheck this guy and tell what the attributes you want. You want mute and record. In this case now, even with the on,
Mm-hmm.
the volume is not being controlled by that group. It's up to you. I'm gonna leave it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easier just to push control and then
Yeah.
move it.
Solos is also on. So if you solo, and then if you want to solo just one, same thing. You control, not command, control.
Okay.
Okay, move on. So we need some more groups. So let's do SPD. We need another group for them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, before that, I always have a group for my overheads, because if I move one, I move both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is Command G overs. So now if I change this guy, if I change this guy, it changes for all of them. I don't have the drums on
Okay.
most of the time. Only if I need, like, we finish rehearsal and then I go check my master bus and it's hitting the compressor too hard because everything is too loud.
Yeah.
Then I turn on this and I bring all the drums down. So that way I can follow all the other tracks according to the drums instead of going one by one here, because then I'm gonna lose my balance. Because sometimes you find you're a good balance and the mix is sounding great,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's too loud. Then you need to bring down like everybody together, and that's a way to do it. And if you use the problem with that could be a solution, but then all of your buses are gonna go down too, your master, fader, everything. Then you just need to go one by one, pressing Option and clicking to go back to Unity, and it takes a lot of time. So what I do is, we will do it later.
Mm-hmm.
I will create another group here called tracks.
Okay.
So that means all of the inputs, all of the tracks, they have a group. If I bring down, then all of the tracks go down without changing any of the buses. Only the tracks that have input. That helps a lot. I've been using that so many times. Okay, so SPD is the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do all of them because this is not your session. You will have to do it again.
Okay.
Unless you want me to send this one.
What does our so does our sessions have all the groups that we're gonna need? Oh, there's
No, it doesn't. I
Okay.
didn't do it because I wanted to show how to do it.
Yeah.
So I deleted, and our session, it's been there for a long time. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of groups that I don't use anymore. So it was a way for me to just get rid of the ones that we don't need. So I didn't want to give you any trash that you were not going to use.
Oh yeah,
So
and
this-
is it possible for you to send this one too?
yeah, I can send just the Pro Tools section. It's really light. It's very small file, and then you use this one instead.
Yeah, if you could send both of them, that would be great.
No, the other one you already have. Then
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
send
I
this
think I guess Danton asked it.
Yeah. Let me see here. EG. I also have the electric guitars.
Mhm.
So EG1, EG2, we need to run. Piano, you don't need. Organ,
Yes.
tracks. What is this? Vox left and right. Oh yeah, okay. So these two should be on. Tracks band. Tracks.
Most of the stuff on this template looks the same as how we have our board set up right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, choir.
Yes, we do have that.
You don't need this one, actually, because it's
Yeah.
only 2 mics. We have more than one, so. Do you want me to create one? It's up to you.
Yeah.
Choir. Then this you don't need. You don't need this. Audience.
That's it. Yeah, sorry, we're here. You can join in.
Yeah, that's it. These are all the groups. Now let's create a group for all of the inputs that
Okay.
goes to the mix. Okay, the ones that doesn't go, then we don't need that. So that will be from the kick until audience, and then I don't want crowd. I don't want this. Neither this. Verbs. Extra. I'm taking the buses out. Reverb, EG, acoustic, bass, perks, this VCA. Command G. So let's name inputs. Input tracks. So now all of our, let me show you something.
Come on, new beginnings, come on and stand on your feet this morning. Let's be ready to worship in this place. Come on!
See that it's hitting here, almost clipping.
Mhm.
This is what is coming into this plugin. It's the output is 0. There's no input control, so it's just going through, and so the output technically is the same as the input that is hitting the plugin. So we don't want that high. So in this case,
Come on, new beginnings, come on and stand on your feet this morning. Let's be ready to worship in this place. Come on! Come on and sing this with me. One way into the night.
got
Is
it?
that a limiter? Like, what is that?
Oh, this is a vinyl. It just
Okay.
creates some harmonics. I like that plugin. I just put it here before going into the master bus, so I can have a control. Let's say, yeah, let me see, how can I explain? So it's kind of a volume control for me, like, and also for me to see how loud is coming in. Usually I come here and I see if it's clipping, then I need to bring everybody down. But also I could just bring the output down, and it would bring down to go into the next one, that is the master bus here.
Yeah.
That plugin. Let's open both of them. Let me show shift. So if you okay, something else on Pro Tools that is really annoying. If you open this plugin and if you want to open another one, it's gonna send that one away. Yeah, it substitutes. It only opens one at a time.
Yeah, I'll be back in.
Cabinet was supposed to put together. You know where they're at? A big old box that they went and tried to move.
So you have, should I keep going?
He'll be right back. He's on his way back.
Sorry about that.
You're good. Okay, you're good.
Sorry about that one. The door's open.
Okay. Okay, so to have more than one,
Yeah.
you have a few options. Number one, you can turn this off,
Yeah.
and then this guy is gonna be open forever until you close.
Yeah.
See? Now if I keep changing the other one, but not this one, like here.
Uh-huh.
And if you want more than one, then you turn that one off too. And now we have a third plugin on screen.
And so can you have them like on the screen, then work on each one of them, and each one will send the effects you need to a specific channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were gonna open whatever plugin you want.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is it's not gonna be on screen if you open a second one. The first one is gonna close. It's still it's working. It's functioning normal. It's just not showing to you. So if you want to work in two plugins at the same time, then you need to uncheck this.
Okay.
So then you can open a second one. So for example, PAZ Analyzer. This guy I have on all the time here in the bottom of my screen.
What does he do?
It's just showing the EQ curve.
Okay.
And also, I have Vox Tune. Okay. Vox Tune, I always keep on here. The only thing I do, I change the size, to be smaller. And it stays there. And I uncheck. And then if I open any other plugin, those two are gonna stay there forever.
Okay.
During the whole set. Okay, but we will get there.
Okay.
Okay, where were we? Oh, the master fader. So that was the groups. So we already created that group. You want to turn that one off, right? Because you don't want on. You just want on for specific situations. If you need to bring everybody down, then you turn on and you make the move. Oh, I remember what I was going to show.
Also, quick question. There is no need to run MD through here, right, at all?
No.
Okay.
If you want to have a separate speaker, if you want to have the MDs and the talkbacks for whoever is mixing, then what I would do, if your interface has more than 2 outputs, I would have a separate speaker, and I would route the MDs to a separate output. So then you can have the volume on, but it's going only to that specific speaker, not to your main monitor speakers. I mean, that's what I would do. We don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it on. It's always off. So NLS, it's the first plugin on my master bus. So if we play, Nothing's playing.
Come on, new beginnings. Come on, stand on your feet this morning. Let's be ready to worship in this place. Come on. Come on and sing this with me.
Okay, so it's right here, right?
Mhm.
But you see that it's lower because I turned the volume down.
Yeah.
So if I put back to 0, then it's gonna be super loud.
Come on, new beginnings. Come on and stand on your feet this morning.
It's louder. It's gonna clip.
Come on, new beginnings. Come on and stand on your feet this morning. Let's be ready to worship in this place. Come on.
So the needle basically doesn't move. It stays there. So that's no good. So you bring down again. Or you can just bring down and it's gonna change that one.
Come on, new beginnings. Come on and stand on your feet this morning.
See here?
Let's be ready to worship in this place. Come on.
Two options. Bring these guys down. Or these guys down. Change it there the same way.
Come on and sing this with me.
And then you need to use your ears because sometimes if clips here is gonna distort the
Yeah.
low end. Then don't use this guy. I never use this. I rather go to the tracks
Yeah.
because eventually you won't have any more room to go up because everything is super loud, but you are bringing down on the bus. So I keep on unity and I go on the fader. That's the best way to do it. Okay, what else do we need? Oh, we need vocals. This one is pretty cool. So you have all of the vocals, and
Mhm.
we are going to create a group called Vox Tune. Right? So Vox Tune is going to be, we don't want to follow the globals. We want just mix. And the attributes is you want to control and bypass insert A, which is not insert A, sorry. It's insert J, the last one here, waves tune. So you want to control and bypass insert
Oh,
J.
so that FJ gives you the letters like it's wait. Oh, okay, the last one on that group.
J.
Yeah. Last one is J,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, now
Okay.
it's off. On Vox 1, it's in C. Vox 2, you see the size is even different.
Yeah.
It's A. Now if I turn on, I'm gonna change the size to 75. And I'm gonna go to E, and that goes to E, flat.
Oh,
Go
so
to
that's
A, goes to A. If I change anything here, it mimics to all of the vocals. So that's what you want. Like all of the
You-
vocals, they are exactly the same.
And you always use the key that the song is in, right?
Yes.
Otherwise it's gonna be
So
horrible.
then on your planning center, you should put the key.
Yeah.
The keys for each song. And then you have you can just go and change on the fly, right? During worship. Or you can set up a preset. Save as, and then you save song 1 or song 2. Let's say
And that's
song
only
1.
for the vocals.
Only for the vocals and choir.
Why?
Song 1. So now we have song 1. It's saved in A major.
Okay. So my question is,
Song 1.
how bad does it get if
You don't.
we forget if someone forget it?
If you forget to change,
Yeah, let's say like the next one was the
leave
key.
it here.
Okay.
Leave it here. Yeah. So you won't forget. I hope you don't. If you forget some keys, let's say I don't play any
I know they
instruments.
overlap, some keys overlap, but yeah.
Yeah, let's say
It's
B flat
yeah.
and the song is in C, that's kind of gonna be a mess because
That's
every note's gonna basically, I think, I'm not sure if those are the right keys, but like every note's gonna go to the wrong place. Because you don't want to use chromatic. You could use chromatic, which accepts whatever. It's like heaven, come as you are, whatever, accepts everything.
Yeah.
But the problem is the software is dumb, right?
Yeah.
It's math. Like from 50%, it's like 0, 100, 50%. 0 is C. 100 is C sharp. Halfway is 50. That's where the software is going. If you are singing C, if you are on key of C, and you are singing in C, and you go 51%, the software is gonna take you to C sharp, which is not inside of the
scale.
The scale.
Okay.
So that's gonna sound wrong. That's the only problem. Unless you have very, very good singers, you can use chromatic. If not, I strongly advise to use the key.
Okay.
Or don't use it all.
Yes. Okay, that's another question I was gonna.
Autotune is like that.
Okay.
You can make a good singer sound great, but you can make average singers sound horrible.
Because one thing that I like in Logic, you can use it like very light, and some people kind of overdo it, but is there an option here where you can turn it off until you want it on, like where it's not defaulted on just being on the whole time?
Yeah, you can just bypass.
Okay. Yeah. I think
bypass to turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off.
Yeah, we change keys.
That's why I keep it here. It's one click away.
Okay.
Even to major. It doesn't matter if it's one click away to change the key or to turn it off.
Okay.
That's why I keep it there. And also I don't forget to change. Sometimes I do. Like last week, Anton doesn't know this, but last week I turn off. But when I turn off, something to remember. One thing that I do when, let's say this weekend we don't have choir.
Yeah.
I come here, I right click and I make inactive. So you see now it's gray.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Oh Jesus. It's not working. It's not going anywhere. It's turning off. It's turned off. If I click on it opens, but it says inactive. So that is not taking any processing from my computer. That's why I make inactive. So I give the computer more power to run whatever it needs. So then when I didn't know that, but when I make inactive, the plugin was on. Then I bypassed for that day because I knew it was going to be like a gospel band. It was a different band. And then I said, oh, we will have choir. And then I turned on, I made active. And autotune was on, and I didn't notice. So during the whole set, autotune was taking the band to D, and I don't know what key they were playing.
Dang.
So the choir was off some parts, and I was like, man, these people are bad. Then after service, I noticed it was my mistake.
And so it's gonna send like right away. The only people that are gonna experience is the people listening on live stream, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just be careful. If you see that it's not blue, it's because it's active. So now they are, Anyways. And it's gonna happen, man. I've been doing this for, I don't know, 7 years, and it still happens to me. Like, we are not a machine. We forget things.
Yeah. My question on that is, how big of a difference does it make to not use it and just use the other plugins?
You mean autotune?
Yeah, like how much does it take off, like if we don't use it, like,
It's up to you.
Okay.
Like, I like to use it,
Mhm.
even though if sometimes it takes to the wrong place,
Mhm.
I think it's still worth it because like it makes the experience better. Because here's one thing about stream though. When you are in the church,
Mhm.
a lot of the sound that you are hearing, it's being affected by the room. So there's people singing, there are people singing, there's the acoustics of the room that is
Mhm.
gonna improve the it's gonna mask any deficiency tune wise that the singer has.
Okay.
But when you are online and you are
Mhm.
listening on headphones, it's just you and whatever you are sending to them. So it's way easier to notice mistakes.
Yeah.
In the church that I was in, Life Fellowship before last year,
Yeah.
we used even on front of house. My pastor won it. I won autotune
Wow.
for sure online.
Yeah.
And I also won on front of house. It was like a $12,000 project because our board, we had to do a lot of things to make it work.
Yeah.
But he won it. So it depends on it's church by church. Some churches they don't want, and if it's out of tune, it's okay. So you guys will have to make a decision. I would use it because you have at your disposition, and you are going to start to see what are the singers that can't use. Some singers you can and you should, and some you shouldn't, because even if you have the right key, they are so out of tune that it's gonna be off. Then just leave it without it. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
To use it.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta be intentional.
Mhm.
But also it's good for that. Also is a tool to make them improve,
Yes.
because this is gonna show them that they are not good enough.
Yeah.
It's a hard conversation, but it's something that I went to listen online, and my autotune messed up my voice. I heard this phrase so many times. And I say, okay, let me explain how the software works. The software is stupid. It's if it's 50, you're good. 51, you are in a bad place. So that means you are 51% wrong and 49% right. You should until you are 49, you are good. But a 51, bad for you. So that means you are not singing right. You need to improve your pitch, and then you can grab a piano and that's what a good exercise for singers too.
Another question is, can
it could
you
be the way that they listen on their in-ears also.
Yeah.
Most of the singers, they only have their voice and all the instruments, so they don't have a reference. They are not bad. It's just a bad mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the question was, have you ever tried to just put it on just certain singers, like not all of them?
Yeah, if you want to do that, then what you do is for that specific singer, let's say Candy and Jew. Let's say Candy is a bad singer.
Yeah.
I can come to her and make inactive, just hers.
Okay. Yeah.
So even if I have on for everybody else, hers is not going to change. And she doesn't have it. Don't take the plugin off, because you may use that microphone for someone else.
Someone else, yes.
Yeah, so, and then make active, and it comes back. The shortcut, it's Command Control. Off, on.
To that specific plugin?
No, to make active and inactive.
Okay.
So command click, it makes bypasses. Command click bypass. And command control click inactives. Make inactive or active. Okay. I think Pro Tools wise, that's what you need to know. Let me see something else that is important for you. Whenever you go to create this, the markers, if you want to create markers, so I have here rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
And then when the serve's about to start, I'm going to create a marker called service. So you press enter this enter,
Mhm.
the numeric pad on the numeric key, and then service.
Okay. Can you pass me that box, the keyboard box? Are there two different enters on this?
Yeah, if you don't have the numeric, the numbers on your right, then is not gonna work. Then you need to come here on top and click
That plus.
markers, that
Yeah.
plus button.
Okay,
It's the
so
same thing.
that red square is to make active to make your cursor active on certain part of the interface. Like, what does it do? I see it like everywhere. This one.
This one.
Yes.
So because Pro
always
Tools
have-
now,
Yeah.
Tools now have you can make markers on a specific track.
Mhm.
So now as I'm on the bass, if I want to create a marker for the bass only, I click
Yeah.
there and I press the same enter key, and then bass suck here. Then where is it? Oh, it's not. It was supposed to create here. I don't know why, but it was supposed to create here.
Okay.
That's a good question. I have never tried that. I think that should be the case.
Okay.
Because you see, target track for markers. So that's the target.
Yeah.
If I click plus, yeah, it's still going up there. Maybe it's a glitch. But what I would say,
Yeah.
just leave it there. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So
Because
could you
you
repeat
want
again?
your-
Why do we sorry, what did you say at the beginning of this? Like, what are we creating before the service?
Oh, a marker.
Okay, a mark. Okay.
Yeah, I have a marker for rehearsal, right? So I'm gonna record rehearsal here. It's gonna.
Oh, this
record
is for recording it.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, and then but this is rehearsal. I want to know what are these files.
Okay.
So this would be rehearsal, and then
Mhm.
whenever I start service, I'm gonna record again. Then I create a marker, and then I start record, so I know what that recording is.
Mhm.
Organize.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't create any marking during service. Then after service, you come back and you listen, and then you do the markers, whatever marker you want. So I have song 1, song 2, song 3, transition, message. This is Nancy, which is the closing for stream, and then video announcement and out. I create this for Danton if he ever needs to remix anything. He
Yeah.
knows.
You can just go
where
back to the
everything
marker
is.
to find
Yeah,
this.
it goes by the marker.
Yeah. Makes sense.
One thing that is important here on top, this is really cool. And it has some functions. If you are editing,
Mhm.
you want to edit, then this guy is tapped to transient. It's turning on. It's on because it's blue. So if I press tab on my keyboard, it goes to the transient. I press again, goes to the next transient, goes to the next transient, and so forth, so on. Correct?
Yep.
If I turn off, then it goes clip by clip. This is a clip. Each section in Logic is called region.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I'm here and I click tab, it's gonna go to the beginning of the clip. If I press tab again, it goes to the end of the clip.
Okay.
That's really good when you are recording, because the way Pro Tools works is you press play and then you stop, it goes back where it started.
That's good. Yeah.
It doesn't stop where you stopped.
Yeah. I
So
know.
let's say you are recording rehearsal. And then you stop. You want to keep recording because a glitch or something, you press tab and then you keep recording from that point on where it stopped. That's really useful.
Yeah.
So I would keep that on, that one off. And this one, it's follow the playback then it functions as logic. If you press play and you stop, it stays there where it stopped.
That's good. Doesn't go
I
back
don't
over.
like this. I'm used to this. And it goes back to the same place. Because I'm a mixing engineer, so I keep listening. I want to listen the same thing more than once.
Yeah, that's good. That like in Logic, maybe that's how I set up mine. It goes all the way back. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. You have that option on Logic, but like default, it stops where you stopped. It
Okay.
follows the playback head.
and
Okay.
how do you, where are the scissors? Like, how do you clip parts? Like, if you want to,
Sorry?
like, so I know there's a function where you can cut a certain part out, like if you're cleaning,
Oh
like,
yeah, you just select
Yeah.
and press delete.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh yeah, that led me to something else. These are the this is the two, so you can have just one, just a hand
Mm-hmm.
to move. You can have, what is this? Selection tool. It only selects, it doesn't do anything else, only selects. And then you have the trim. You trim. Correct?
Yeah.
The Smart tool does everything. On top, fade on the corners on top. Then you have trim if you put on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And on top is the selection. And on the bottom is the dragging. So you
Okay.
have everything in one. So I always use that one. And you don't need the zoom because you have R and T. Got it? So for the sake of making it easier, just have always Smart 2. Smart 2 on.
Okay.
Is that little, that's the thing around. Okay, let's jump into the session. Are you good with this?
Yes.
And on this side, all of these are just your files, all the clips. You can
Like
collapse that.
individual tracks or like a whole file of like a certain session.
The files,
Okay.
the actual files and the clips. Actually, if I cut this clip here, B, then it created another one. If I cut this one, it created another one. And another one. Because it's gonna show that specific little clip. There's no, I don't use this at all. The only time I use this every time that if I delete something, let's say next week, I'm gonna save this as file, save session as. Then his church, Sunday, February, it's gonna be February? No, it's gonna be March something. March 1st or March 2nd. Then when I save, I'm not gonna save, but if I save, I'm gonna delete all of these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I can come here,
Use the same thing.
select unused, and then it's gonna select all the files that I'm not using. And then I can come and clear, and then it's gonna clear. It's gonna there. Okay, I will have to do it. Let me do it. What is this? These guys I'm not using. Let's see, I think are the drum pads. Yeah, drum pads. So let's do on this one. Select unused. Select all of those, see?
Mm-hmm.
And then clear. Remove. Didn't show what I want. So if you select a track that is also in your hard drive, because those are not in my hard drive, that's why they are missing files. That's why they are dark gray. But if you have the files, this is what is going to show to you. If you remove, you are only removing from this section, this Pro Tools session.
Okay.
It's not gonna delete the file from your hard drive.
Oh, okay.
If you move to trash, it's gonna move all those files, the actual file, the audio file, to the trash. And if you delete, it's gonna delete completely from your hard drive. If that's what you want, okay. But you don't want that because it's gonna delete from last week. You just wanna remove from the session. And then you click here and it removes that specific file there. But in your case, it would select all of them because it's from last week and you don't want on this session anymore.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, my question is, do you always, like at your church, record every single service?
Yes.
Okay, how is your file management like? Like, do you have like a hard drive where you put all this stuff? Because that's a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
have an extra hard drive. I think it's a 4 terabyte
Okay.
that it stays connected on the computer. And at the end of the month, I
Mhm.
create a folder called January 2024.
Okay.
And all the sessions from that month
Mhm.
goes to that hard drive. And then I delete from the computer. But you do it as needed. If in the middle of the month you don't have hard drive space anymore in your computer, then you have to do it.
Okay.
In my old church, that's what I used to do. I would do like every other week because the hard drive was really small. And you never use those files. That's just reality.
Yeah.
But have a hard drive there. It's like $200. Just leave it there. And then whenever you need more space, you delete the oldest one. And then you keep going that way. That's what I would suggest. Or you just buy another one. And it's going to last like a year or so, I guess. Okay, let's jump in the mix. We have 40 minutes. Okay. Let me show you the structure, how the session works, okay? And we have here print.
Okay.
Okay. Let me do different. Let me start with the master fader. Master fader is my master. So I have the plugins for the master. I have NLS. You never want to be touching 0 here to clip. So be aware of that.
So the master, can I call it master bus?
Yes.
Does this send to every single channel in this session? Like whatever plugin you have in it.
It's coming every single channel that is going online. That we want to hear online. Like my click track, Talkback, I can turn it on during the session and it's not going there.
Okay.
It's coming straight to my monitor master. Does that make sense?
Yeah, do you
it's
have
not
a
going through here. It's going straight. You see here the name of the input is master.
Yes.
So everything comes to the SubMaster. SubMaster goes to this one, which is a SubMaster where I have the vinyl plugin. And from the SubMaster goes to the master. And from the master goes to monitors, so I can hear, and have a send 0 because it's gonna be exactly the same.
Okay.
Goes to stream.
Okay. So stream. Okay. What channel is the stream?
The stream is this one. It's another output. This is
Okay, it's
output
another
1
output.
and 2.
Okay.
And this is output 3 and 4. Why do I have that? If I need to change my volume on my speakers, I can do it, and it's not going to affect the stream.
Oh,
Also,
those are the. Okay.
If I want to bring down the stream at the end of the day and keep working on my session, I just bring this down, and I can keep working, and I'm listening, and I'm not bothering anybody.
Okay. So the two monitors are the monitors that you have in the studio.
No, I have just one monitor.
Okay.
Yeah, the monitors is 2, like left and right.
Yeah.
But a stream, it's an output on my interface that is going up to the computer that is sending to a stream. with
Okay.
the video to embed on the video and send out.
Uh-huh.
Did you get that?
Yes.
So it's just two outputs, two different outputs.
Okay.
But it's the same information. So it's the same information is coming from the master bus. It goes to both ways.
Okay.
One thing that I'm not seeing here, I don't know why, is not sending to the print channel. I think I did that on purpose.
What does the print channel do?
Let me see.
Come on, new beginnings. Come on and stand on your feet this morning.
No, it is.
Let's be ready to
Here we go.
worship
I
in
think
this place.
Okay. So the print channel is whenever I put everything to record, right? I'm gonna option because I want to record every channel.
Okay.
So you press option and you click on record, and now all of my tracks are enabled. In this case, I don't have all of them because I don't have inputs. Remember my interface, but in your case, all of the channels will be recorded enabled.
Oh.
So if I press record now, let's do it here.
Yeah.
You can just press here and play. And it's recording. So everything is recording. The ones that are active. And it's recording the print. It's recording whatever is coming out of my master. So
Okay.
my exact mix, it's being printed here. So if I need to send a final mix to anybody, I have my mix ready. I don't need to go and remix because it doesn't record plugins on the files or anything. It's raw, right? Neither the volumes here. But whatever I'm doing, it's post-processing and it's printing the actual mix here. I'm going to show you so you have a better understanding. Let's turn everything off. So this is the mix that is where my masters and my plugins and my volumes are right now. Right?
Yeah.
This is the mix that I mix live on that day.
Place my feet on solid ground. I thank the master. I thank the Savior. Because he healed. Yeah.
It's a different singer.
Yeah.
Again.
Change my name forever free.
And this is a guy.
Forever free. I'll never see.
Got it?
Yeah. A little. I'll go back and review it.
Yeah, so again, this one.
You have been faithful. I sing through the night and know God that'll be.
This is Danton singing because it's printed here. On the day that I was recording, I was it's being recorded my actual mix.
Okay, so every channel, every single track is recorded on that on
Yeah,
that one.
it goes
Okay,
here.
that makes
The same as going to a
you know
stream.
the whole thing. Yeah.
The same thing that I'm listening on my speakers are
Yeah.
being recorded real time.
Okay, that's good.
what this is for.
That makes sense.
So you don't need to go back and remix because, oh, what did I do with the guitar at this point? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Then you have it here. And then you just solo and then you can hear.
I sing through.
If I turn off and I go back to whatever my balance session is right now, it's going to sound completely different. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so master, submaster, and then you start having the buses. We have effects bus. So every channel is going to send, some channels are going to send reverbs to these channels here. Gated reverb, room, plate, hall, delay. And they are all in one bus. If you need to, let's say, okay, good morning, his church, da 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 da, you bring this guy down.
Wow.
You don't want reverb and delay at that time when they are speaking.
Just
The
like
whole
that.
band is going to be dry though, pretty much.
Okay.
Then whenever she finishes, they finish and start to sing, then you go back to 0 and you are good to go. Then all your effects are back up.
One question.
Yes.
Was that key to make it go back to unison?
Unity.
Yeah,
Option.
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 Hold Option and click on the fader. Hold Option, click on the fader. And so I strongly advise you guys to buy a S1.
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 Okay.
Fader.
Oh, is that like the actual hardware fader?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So you can have some channels is important to have at your hand. Like someone jumps in and grabs a MC,
Mhm.
and you don't need to keep scrolling here. Oh my gosh. And it's muted. And that
Yeah.
happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Even with the faders.
Like you
So-
have like a million channels here. It's like what?
Yeah, then have your 8 channels in front of you, and then you just bring up, and it's like it's good to go. And I don't think there's a way to lock some so they don't roll. I don't think there is.
Oh.
That
And
would-
so
that
the
would be
Avid
good.
S1, that how many channels does it give you? Just the one that you need to mix a specific page, or how many channels does it come with?
No, it gives you 8. You
Okay.
can create presets. You have 8 presets. So let's say you have one just for drums
Oh, okay.
and one just for DCAs. In your case, what I would have, I call money faders.
Okay.
8 money faders. What are the money faders you need to have at your hand all the time?
Yeah.
Pastor,
What's that you need?
I like that.
Yeah.
Pastor, effects bus,
Yeah.
crowd bus, vocal bus. What else? Snare sample. It's a good
Mhm.
one. The mainstream fader.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 8 is a begin. It's a good
It
beginning.
is at least 8.
Yeah.
And motorized. It needs to be motorized. Don't buy those cheap ones where if you change, then yeah, it doesn't follow the volume on the actual Pro Tools. So S1 is a good one. It's expensive though. It's $1,000.
That's not bad.
But Danton said that he used to work with one, the PreSonus one, that is cheaper, and I think gives you 16. 16 it's awesome.
Yeah.
We
That's a
have
lot.
24. He has 3 S1s because he can.
So it doesn't have to be something that's by Avid. It can be.
No, it doesn't. It does not. Okay, let's keep going because we are running out of time. Then you have effects and the band. It's all the band, of course, not the vocals. So this is another. So I have 4 faders that is always in front of me.
Yeah.
Vocal bus, band
Vocal.
bus, effects bus, and crowd bus, which is audience. Those I need to be changing all the time on transitions.
So you
and
said
also
vocal
video
band
channel.
or video.
Video channel is also super important.
Right, yeah. And on the vocals, you mean like pastor included, right?
No, just
Okay.
singing vocals.
Singers. Okay.
Because like when the pastor comes up, you
Mhm.
bring down 3 together.
Oh,
Band
okay.
vocals
Oh.
and band vocals and effects.
Okay.
Pastor comes in and is talking, and they are kind of in the background.
All right.
Then you can,
Those are our money channels, I guess.
yeah, I call money channels. And then you have the band, right? So the way it works is every group of instrument have their own bus,
Mm-hmm.
and from that bus goes to the band bus.
Okay.
You see that you have the bus that is covering
Yes.
all of the
Right.
channels. Here, see the bottom mark, and all the other buses are inside of. Because it's actually is a folder. Right now, Pro Tools has folders that is also a bus, which is awesome. So, but it doesn't matter. And then you have the drum bus. Drum bus. I don't know why I did this way, but that's how I did it. So you have all your channels, and then from here,
Yeah.
they go to this bus, drums. There's nothing on it, just volume. The snare verb is also coming here. See, snare verb going to drums with small caps, just drums. They are all going to drums. From drums, they are going to the drum bus. this guy is going here. Oh, it's going here. Huh. It shouldn't go here. That was a mistake. It doesn't matter, actually, but should go there. So then this is a parallel compression for kick and snare only. And this is a parallel compression for the entire drums. So you dose this to taste. You bring to taste. If you like it or not. If you mute, it's gonna kill your drum sound, basically. But then you can have it more or less. This one, I try to keep everything in unity. This one I had to bring down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they all go to the drum bus. If you mute this, everything is muted, apart from the effects that are coming here, because they are still on. Moving on, then you have perks, works the same way. You have this 2 SPDX channel that they are gonna come to the perks bus and keep it on unity and work with this fader. The same with the bass, acoustic guitar, electric guitar has a verb too, so it comes here, goes to the verb, and all of those go to this bus that goes there. Keys bus, same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And so forth. So the extras were those 3 channels, cello, violin, and cajon. I didn't know if you want the cajon inside of the percussion bus. I put it here as extra. I don't know.
I think yeah.
I think that is for like specific services.
Yeah, on Wednesdays we do acoustic sets.
Yeah. So then that's why I put it here. That's what I thought. So I was right. Vocals, then they go to VOXVERB, that is inside here, and goes to the vocals. And they also go to the delay, which is over there on the effects bus, which it doesn't matter. You just need to know if you don't want delay. Then what I'm trying to say is, if she's talking, and I guess that's not a good thing, but that's how the session is set up. I can change if you want. If she's talking and you have your effects bus down on purpose, she still have this verb that is going on because it's on here, right?
Yeah.
And so if you want this reverb to be managed by the effects bus, then you need to let me know. I have it here. So if I cue the vocals, I also cue the verb, which is not gonna happen if you cue the vocal. The bus is still going to that bus, to the effects bus.
What would you recommend?
I wouldn't keep it here, but just be mindful that if she's talking at the beginning of the service, you need to mute this guy.
Okay. Okay.
Because they do autocall in the middle of the service.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And they don't always use the pastor mic to make announcements. Sometimes they use a singer mic.
Okay.
So like for our services, we have talking like in the middle of like maybe song 1 or song 2. So we would have to go back to the original page each time. Do you foresee that being a problem? Like you said, if we don't have those money faders yet, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we'd have to come mute, pull the FX out, and then come all the way back over here, mute that, and then when she's done talking, put it all back up again for song 3 and 4. Right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, in this case, I would keep it here because this is the one that has more effect.
Okay.
This has more effect than the delay because you can cue the delay here. You can cue here and cue here. If it's mic number 1, for example, you just turn off. Remember, command, you bypass, then it's not going to the effects bus anymore because the only one that is going is the delay. And the VOXVERB is here, so you can just do this.
Just mute it.
It's not gonna cue completely because this plugin has delay and reverb.
Okay, but it's
On
not
purpose.
just having the actual delay.
It's not as much as the other two.
Okay.
But this gives a little flavor, and then I'm compressing all of those, compressing, EQing, so it gives you a very nice vocal sound. Not overkill though. That's why I have this Xtra too. But you can change however you want. If you want to bring that delay back inside here, you can do that too. Then the only thing you need to do is, but then you don't have a master. Then it's two faders that you need to work on. In this case, that you still don't have the control, I would do this.
Okay.
Also, for transitions, you can just collapse your band. If you know that a transition is coming, you collapse your band, and then you have those two very close.
That makes it easier.
And then you bring back. That's the beauty of working with folders. Just close the folder of the band, and then you have vocals right here. Then you can bring this down and bring this down, and you're good to go. Yeah, it's like eating sushi with just one chopstick. If you are working just with the mouse, you need to have faders. I'm just gonna say that straight. Yeah, I know that it's gonna be more money. But it's you don't actually need. You can work this way.
But it's
a little harder. Yeah.
On a financial sanction.
And then from vocals, let me bring back the band. And then from vocals, you have the passers. As I said, try to keep this guy always on.
Yeah.
And then you can bring whatever at the time you need. Video. This is my particular way to do it. Okay. I brought this one down because I want to. I have this fader on my session, on my physical fader, and so I keep this guy in Unity. That I know that's the sweet spot. So because inside of my video folder I have multiple computers. So I only wanted this computer on my fader, which is the Pro Presenter one. So that's why this one is down. So I put this on Unity, and this was super loud, so I went to where I wanted, and then this is the only bus that is not on Unity, pretty much. Every other bus is on Unity, because I don't keep this one on my faders, so it doesn't matter to me. I never touch this, but I do touch this all the time. Got it? But you can do you can put this guy, and your music will be down because you don't want music. Music doesn't go to a stream. You can't put your iPod or your music computer to stream because of copyright.
Yeah, we don't do that here either.
Okay, so you don't need this fader actually.
Yeah, I will leave it there, but we don't. We have.
Yeah. You are not gonna use it. You can keep it muted.
Yeah.
And then if you want to put this fader on your faders, it's okay too. Then you bring this one down, and now you have that one in Unity, whatever you prefer. One second. My wife. And then you have crowd. Here they are indifferent because the gain was something messed up on that weekend, so I had to change differently. But the crowd, the buzz is always Unity again. And then here are the talkbacks. They stay down, and they are going to monitors. See, monitors.
Yeah.
They are not going. If I bring up, it's not gonna go to a stream. So don't have this going to your master. Make sure it's always on your monitor. So talking about monitors, there's something else that is important to mention is the solo.
Okay.
In order to solo, so I figured out a way around soloing, so you can solo to check things during a session without affecting your stream.
Yes.
The only problem with that, it only works pre-fader or post-fader.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you the difference. So right now, if you come here, option, solo mode is on pre-fader.
Okay.
Why do I have pre-fader? Because before the password starts, like when it's close to the password comes up, even with his volume down, if I solo, I can hear him because it's pre-fader. It's before the fader. The fader does not affect what I'm listening. So whatever is coming into Pro Tools, that's the volume that I'm going to hear, listen. Correct?
Yeah.
And so it happens all the time with MC3 that she's the one that announces for online, hello, good morning, New Beginnings Church, da 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 da. She says something. And she's there on my multi-view. I see all the cameras there. I know that she's there ready to go. So, but I don't want to bring up because the video is playing to check. So pre-fader, I can just solo and I am hearing, but the stream is still hearing only the video. And that's possible because it's on pre-fader or after fader. If it's after fader, then you are gonna hear the volume that your fader is set up, but then you wouldn't hear the pass-through. So you can change all the time. I have a shortcut that I created over there. You need to create computer by computer. But setup, keyboard shortcuts, and then yeah, I don't remember how I did it. Let's see. Solo mode, after fader listen. So I'm gonna double click and then Control Option Command A. Pre-fader. Command Option. So all the three buttons together. P as pre-fader, after fader. So if I switch, so now if I, let me show you. Where are we? We are not anywhere. Let me grab here. Let's go to the kick. If I solo, why is everything soloing? That's weird. That's super weird. Let me go back to, I know what it is. What are you hearing?
Drums.
You hear only the drums?
Yes, they're soloed. So kick in is soloed.
Oh, because I'm hearing more things.
Oh, you mean our microphone is picking up stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're doing the sound check in there in the central.
No. When I'm hearing the vocals here, my vocals. Are
really?
you?
No.
Okay, so it's because I have this guy 3 and 4. It's actually, I can show you on my routing here. My channel 3 and 4 are also going to my ear. That's why. Okay, so
Wait, is the omnibus part of Pro Tools?
no, that
Okay.
omnibus.
Yeah, what is that?
No, that's for me to route to Zoom and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so you see that this is, which one is, let's go pre-fader. pre-fader, after fader. You see the difference? After fader, look the volume. Now I'm gonna do pre-fader. Louder. After fader. I'm changing the solo mode here. Now we are in after fader. So pre-fader, it doesn't count this fader. It's gonna sound as if it's here. Okay. Anyways, if you have on solo in place, then it changes completely, because now if we solo the kick, you can hear the reverbs. The problem with after and pre-fader, you only listening the actual channel. All the sands are not going to sound for you. You are not gonna hear, which is, I still like to work that way instead of not having the option to solo at all. So that's the only downside, but that's the only way for you to solo and not affect your stream. Because you see, I'm gonna look the stream here. See that it's now is only showing the kick.
Yeah, only the kick.
Yeah, but then if I change to pre-fader, solo, still everything is going there. Hey, 1 second, man. My daughter is calling me. Let me see what it is. 1 second.
That's good. Wow, the stream is going.
Yeah.
We're still getting the whole band, but you're just pointing out certain instruments.
You're giving them little. You're directing the spotlight.
It's just for your purpose.
Pastor comes on.
Oh, that's for your purposes. So the way they hear it on the stream is like it's normal. This is just for you. If I wanted to slow, like if I wanted to cue it.
Oh,
on the board, so I could cue just you and
just hear if it's clipping or not.
Yeah,
or if something weird's going on.
If I wanted to like add some effects to it, not actually be messing with the stuff that people hear.
What he was talking about makes a lot of sense as far as if you're a good singer, like he said, if you're within that 50%, it's gonna auto adjust to the right note, to the one that you're actually aiming for, right? But if you can't even get close to the one that you're aiming for, it's gonna send you off to something different. Well, to the next note in the scale.
Yeah.
So if we're all, if you, me, and Ashton are playing F, and it automatically bumps them to G, even though it's in the right scale, they've gone. They're not on the right interval. So that makes a lot of sense how he said it'll make a good singer sound better, but a bad singer sound worse. I think you can only use it on like 2 people. So
sorry, man.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
She wanted to show me a worm. She got a earthworm.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my gosh. Dad, can you come here really quick? I want to show you something. Close your eyes. She's 4.
That's cool, man.
Okay. Did you get this?
Yeah.
So yeah, if during rehearsal you can change to solo in place if you want to see reverbs and stuff. That's really important for you guys at the beginning to understand, like especially snare, because there's a lot of reverb. See, there's a lot of reverb. Even if you solo if we solo just the drums, let's turn on drums. And then if we change to after fader, no reverb.
Yeah, the reverb's gone.
Yeah. So yeah. So for the sake of like fine tuning your mix, then you need to change the solo in place. But during service, it's super important. If you create those shortcuts, make sure you always have the pre-fader, post-fader, sorry. No, pre-fader. I think pre-fader is better. And then so you don't mess up your stream. I have done also a lot of times. And so what I do, I have a checklist that is right in front of me, all the things that I need to check before service. Solo, the Playback Engine, if I have 124, 1024, all these little things, like if my volume going to stream is up, like little things that I need to check, and I check every single service to make sure that I'm not gonna mess up. And even though sometimes I still mess up, because there's so many details. We are working with 87 tracks, so it's not an easy mix.
Is the latency, or I/O, is it always going to be the same number?
Sorry?
So you just showed there's like 1024. What that number was for?
Oh, that's the processing capability of the computer. Yeah.
Does it depends on the number of tracks that we have, or we can just set it to
No,
one?
just set it to max.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it's gonna process better.
And it doesn't matter whether you're recording or just streaming.
Huh?
Does it matter whether you're recording or streaming? Because I know with Logic you have to use a certain number when you're recording, and
Yeah,
then
but in this case you are not recording real time. You don't need to listen. Like you can have latency. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Also, don't add plugins, because if you have the waves, you will have a lot of plugins here that you can use, right? But some plugins, they are going to give you a lot of latency. The delay here is going to show, right? So this session, it's pretty much maxed out. There's a lot of compensation happen. You see 240 is already in orange. That means it might cause some because when it's a playback, it doesn't matter. You can have 1,000 samples here. It's okay. It's a playback. But live, everything is coming live to the software, and it's still compensating all the different delays. But it can only compensate until a certain point. So if you put a Abbey Road mastering plugin here, then it's gonna mess up your session live when you are recording, because it's mixing what is coming into Pro Tools. It's not playing back what you already recorded.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. I guess that's it for routing. Any questions about routing? A lot, I know, but in order to move on. Yeah, the next thing that you need to know is, like, some plugins, they have like sends, right? So these are the reverbs. The last one here is the parallel compression, this DBX. You don't need to touch it. If you have any question, you can ask me. I can explain if you need to change. But worst case scenario, you try to mess up here with the volume if it's too compressed, or if you need more compression. Then the only thing you need to do, this orange thing needs to be going down. That means it's compressing. Here on this one, it's just a little bit. That's what we want. That's the gain reduction for the compressor. And that's also, it's gonna show on the singers. Sometimes it's gonna compress like a lot, and then you need to be careful, because try to not go over 15. Then you come here and you change. I'm gonna show you some plugins that are important to show, because I need to go. I have to play at church. kick in. So this is it's a dynamic EQ, but it's working as a gate.
Okay.
Let me go back to solo in place. Oh, Alan. I'm gonna turn off. You see how there's more snare and more cymbals? See the difference? I think on the out you can tell better. It's very subtle, but it cleans a lot.
Because I'm getting two things.
Huh?
Oh, they have music playing in there, so it's kind of hard to hear.
Ah, okay.
So kind of hard to pick it up.
Okay, let me see tone 1. Yeah, I need to find. Let's forget it. Snare. This is with the plugin. See? The problem is this plugin is pretty heavy, so I took out of the kick because on the kick it was too heavy, and it was like, then I kept only on the snare and the toms. But this is kind of making the same thing. So you don't need to mess up with this unless it's not opening, you don't hear, then it's these two bands, they need to be, this is a threshold, like a threshold, like a compressor. If it's not going over where you set up, if I close, see, it's not opening. It's opening just that one. Then you just need to adjust this to taste. Solo, and then see where your volume is coming in, because depending on the volume that is coming in. But it's super easy. It's just these two, this one and this one. 6 and 1, just the threshold. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and then most of the channels you will have a SSL-ish. It's just EQ.
Yeah, I love that one. I have that one.
All of them, and then you have the trigger. The trigger works the same way. It's the detail here is gonna tell what are the notes that are going to work. And then you need to adjust based on the volume that you are getting in. So basically you will have to go over all of your tracks after you record to check the transients, because of the compressors are working based on the volume that I'm getting, and you have to do the same. So same here for the toms. Tom 1. It's just a compressor, like how much you are compressing. Then you just need to check that when you guys record. And of course, EQ. I have always a support EQ at the end, a transparent one, if I need to fix anything. But I like to use some modeling at the beginning. That's why I use the SSL. SPD, there's nothing here. I just put an EQ. It was not EQ'd for the drum pad though. So whenever you play your drum pad, you have to change that EQ. I just left there.
Okay.
And here is the compressor. And then you just threshold or the input gain to see how much you want to compress. If you want, if you don't want to compress, just bypass or take it out. Bass, I use CLA bass. It's my favorite. It does everything you need. Without it. A lot of distortion. Acoustic guitar, I have two different flavors, API and an SSL. So then you can use either or. This one is very problematic at our church, this acoustic guitar. So that's why there's an extra EQ here.
Yeah.
Guitars, just EQ is compressing like at most 6 dBs.
Mhm.
Then you have the threshold here you need to adjust. Just a touch, because usually electric guitars, they are compressing already on their setup. The reason that I have one down, because I want the guitars to sound separate. So one guitar is heavier to one side, the other guitar is heavier to the opposite side. So then I have a blend of both of them. In this particular day, we only had one guy. The other one was an electric tree, but it's mono, so I don't have the file here. But they are basically the same thing. What I change sometimes is just the high frequency. Everything else sounds pretty good. And then there's a lot of reverb going on. It sends to the other side a little bit of the sound. It's really good, this delay. So that this way you see that this is higher than this and this is higher than this, and so one goes to the left, this one goes to the right, and that's where you have your stereo image. It opens up. You don't want anything on the center.
Yeah.
Fighting with the vocals. It's bass, kick, snare, and vocals. That's it on the center. Everything else goes to you put on the side. And I go 100%.
Oh wow.
Most of my channels are 100%.
You do that with keys too, huh?
Yeah. So if you have these two guys equal, then both of your guitars are gonna sound in the same place, and you don't want that. You want different. You want them in different places. Remember, I'm holding the control key to change, just that one. If not, I would move both of them. Piano. So piano, you can, if you want to turn this guy off, this is an interesting thing. So what is triggering this compressor is the drum bus.
Wow.
The drum bus has a send here, bus 1. So every time the drums are playing, it's compressing the piano. Why? On soft moments where you want just piano, the piano pops up. Whenever the band starts to play, then the pianos go into the mix with the band.
Yes.
So it's not much, but it's ducking a little bit the piano when the band's playing. And whenever there's no drums, then the piano is up front for an intro or something. Got it?
Yeah.
And then we have a special processing here, good plugin, another compressor, and EQ. And I have another compressor here on the bus that is going to compress
pads and keys.
just the piano.
Oh, just the piano. Oh
Just
yeah,
the piano again, because these guys, pads and keys,
yeah.
it's going to the tracks if that's what you want. If you want to go in the keys bus, we can change right now. It's up to you.
Oh wait, okay, because
This is the, in my case, when they play pads or keys, usually
because I play keys and I have it now separated where I have 1 and 2 piano and then 3 and 4 just pads or synth on the same key. Yeah.
But you want to go to the same bus. It's just a bus thing.
Oh,
You are
because
not
it's
gonna change
sending
this
to
bus.
that
But
specific.
if we send to this bus, it's gonna compress in that compression too,
Okay.
which I think is the right
Yeah.
thing
I
to
agree.
do. The keys bus. And the keys also goes to, see? Keys bus. Okay, so now everybody's going there. I put on tracks because when they play keys, it's basically just a static pad,
Yeah.
the same as the tracks. So then I put there. And I never changed it back. And then organ goes to the organ. So I don't need to do anything on a separate channel. I do everything like a combination of the 3 of the channels.
Okay.
So it's just for processing, to save processing power. And then from here goes also inside of the keys bus. So if I mute the keys bus, it mutes piano, pads, keys, and organ.
And you have
If
the
I mute so.
pan to the middle.
Huh?
You have the organ pan to the middle. Is that what that is?
The organ low channel.
Yeah, because that's the low end. The low end needs to go in the middle.
Oh, it's the low end. Okay.
Yeah. It's a bass, right? It's a bass organ. And then tracks, the other tracks, there's no need for any processing. I don't have it. It's up to you if you want to add something.
Yeah. I think they're already processed really well and mixed. So
Yeah, you don't need to do anything. Cajon, cello, and violin. You do for front of house though, because your frequency response is not right.
It's not. Yeah.
But for a stream, it's gonna be good. Extras, I don't have anything because I don't have any files from violin or cajon, so I didn't do anything. Then you have to
do something in that.
To do something. Yeah. And then vocals, PSC, it's kind of a primary source expander. It's kind of a gate. It is ducking 6 dBs. So let me solo. Sun has found his way back. If I put here, see that is lower. He picked me up. He turned me around. This is just for noise floor. So the drums and stuff when he's not singing, whatever is not hitting the threshold, it's going down 6 dBs. It's just to clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
Then this guy. Sun has found his way back. Oh, he picked me up. He turned me around. He placed my feet on solid ground. I thank the master. I thank the savior. My heart, he changed my name, forever free. I love this reverb. It's really good. It's made specifically for vocals. It's a really good plugin. Huh?
Is that Denton singing?
Yeah.
I didn't know he sings.
Yeah, he sings pretty good, bro.
That's awesome.
And then you have VOX Compressor. Found his way. Yeah, just keep it under 12. Until 12 is fine.
Okay.
Then CLA, another compressor. It has different attack and release settings.
Sun has found his way back.
Another EQ. And then Silk Vocal is to clean up some
Sun has found his way back. He picked me up.
And this is a key detector. You can detect what is the key of the song if you don't have on Planning Center. You just
Oh
bring
wow.
this guy up, and then when you click transmit, it's gonna transmit to waves C,
Ah, that's cool.
which is pretty cool. And you can have it on all the time. And this one is bypassed. So now it's
Sun has found his way back home. Home. He picked me up.
he sang that song.
Belongs to you.
Oh, another thing that I did here that is interesting. So because oh my gosh. So on my I have a pen also on my fader thing,
Mhm.
the S1. There's also a pen. So I don't want to go 100% to the right or left, right? Because they are singing. It's not supposed to be super different, like one person singing this side, another person singing this side on my ears. But it was super hard for me to go and find like 40% and then 40%. I had to keep looking to the meter. So what I did was I put the bus in 35. So now if I bring all the way up, it's actually only going 35. Got it? Because it's coming here. Let me play for you.
Belongs to you.
It's kind of right here. If I move this guy all the way down,
Belongs to you.
now it's all the way to
If you are for
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So now it's easy for you. You don't need to keep fine-tuning individual tracks.
Okay, yeah,
You
I
can
said
go-
to all of them, yeah.
So the
You can
max.
go all the way and just have the lead singer on the center,
Yeah.
and you're good to go. Because you are like controlling the pan here.
Hmm.
Let's say like this. And then vocal. The downside is the choir will never be like super open. That's the only downside. The reverb also. But it's okay. It's a good compromise. Pastor, nothing there. Just the same PSC,
Okay.
RVOX, EQ, and a vocal rider. Vocal rider is gonna ride the fader for you.
So graciously said he would come and speak to us and share his testimony.
If he screams, then
Yeah.
this goes down, and
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
So that's cool.
The only thing you need to adjust is where is your level, your target, and then it's gonna change this accordingly.
Yeah. We have a pastor who needs that exactly.
Yeah. So, and also what you can do, you can have it to, you don't want to increase the volume. You only want to decrease,
Okay.
right? So whatever you want, you can do it. Just the target is the key.
So you only bring the vocal.
A business genius. And he's
So if this
so
is,
graciously said he would come and speak to us and share his testimony. And I believe firmly that there is an anointing through association. This man is.
usually I have like 6 dBs up and 6 dBs down, and I try to keep on in the middle.
Handsome, but he is a business genius. And he's so graciously said he would come and speak to us. And
Yeah, try to find an average place where it's in the middle, and then when he goes up, it brings the fader down. When it goes low, it brings the fader up. It's a good plugin, and I have in all of them. And I even have on the video. Sometimes I turn on when it's a speaking video, then the video stays kind of in the same place. Just because I'm lazy, you know. And then video is just a limiter, so you don't go over -1. And yeah, that's it. Crowd, EQ to cut everything. Let's solo the crowd. Let me go back to the band. Yeah, so my emphasis, Americans don't sing like Brazilians. If you go to a Brazilian church, it's awesome, the audience mics. Just one pair and you're good to go.
Yeah, like the participant.
Americans don't sing the same way. The band's way better though. So anyways, but that's why I have 2K up, because what I'm shooting here for is the claps, because they don't sing as much. So I'm trying to get as much clap as I want. So at the end, clap, 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 clap. Let's.
What mics do you recommend for the crowd? We have Earthworks, but we not. I mean, not for the crowd, but we have those that we're thinking of using those.
Yeah, any condenser mic.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have more than one pair if possible in the future. Like 4 mics is a pretty good. Like one hanged over the crowd, and then 2 on stage.
Okay,
if you can have that, that's a very good setup. Bro, I'm sorry, but I really need to bounce. Do you have anything that you want to ask me before